Hi, my name is Ron Guittard. I'm with Diego Valley Charter School. I'm a teacher at a single site.
Hi, my name is Christina I'm from Diego Valley High School. I'm supposed to be already like in 12th, but I haven't done like my homework how it's supposed to be, so yeah, I'm like falling behind.
And sometimes they struggle just coming to our school because of social issues that they have to take care of.
And what's that?
You don't know what that is?
No.
Okay.
What is that?
Does your school involve internship programs?
We have some small internship programs.
Are the internship programs optional?
Right, they are optional, but we try to get them in as soon as they're enrolled. We want them to see that they have these options so they can earn money, or they even get funding when they get a diploma. Our internships are pretty small right now.
My name is Matt Simon. I am an 11th grade teacher at High Tech High in Chula Vista.
Okay. How are you preparing your students for the real world?
Well, at High Tech High we do something called project-based learning, and that involves giving students a project that would actually exist in the adult world.
Do you think your school is preparing you for the real world? Why or why not?
Well, I feel that our school, High Tech High Chula Vista, is preparing us for the real world because we're doing project-based learning, which we learn skills that you can't exactly be taught from a teacher to a student. Like, it's skills that you develop on your own from doing your own work.
I think the bottom line is if you can give students real problems to wrestle with in a real way, and give them things to do that actual adult professionals do, then you've gone a long way towards establishing a connection between what's really happening in the world and what goes on in the classroom.
The reason why some of our internship programs are not as strong is the fact that they have to have certain categories for the kids to be in. Okay. Once we get our students enrolled, the biggest thing that we like to do is get them onto a routine so they come to class at least once a week, more often if they need to get caught up quicker, and trying to find jobs that they have skills for, or teach them skills to get into the workforce.
I think there is a tremendous benefit to internships. A lot of times students are learning things in a classroom and they're wondering what the relevance of what they're learning is. Does this matter for my life beyond high school or even beyond college? And if you can allow students to spend an extended period of time in the professional world, I think they learn things, for example, what the expectations are of a professional and what really happens in the business world or nonprofit world. And that's just not something that you can tell students about. They really need to experience it for themselves.
What do you think, Michael?
Well, I think with internships, okay, so even if you didn't go to a school like High Tech High, you could still get an internship on your own, but you would have to work around your school schedule, and so you're not as motivated to do it. I think especially with High Tech High, since internships are, like, we take a whole month off of school to go to internships, it's something that we're motivated to do, and it's something that looks good on your resume. I mean, not many high school students are motivated to get internships, so they don't get internships.
A lot of our kids, they're forced to work because their families are having financial problems. Father's ill, mom's not around. There's a lot of different things that are happening within their home life that forces them to find a job. And if they don't have skills, that makes it even harder for them to find work.
But a far greater number of students that we work with than not have the type of experience in internship where they come to find out what kind of career they want to be involved in, or they realize why it is important to go to college and what they might use their college degree for, or they learn a lot about their shortcomings and things they have to address that a teacher simply telling them, you need to stay organized or be on time, doesn't have the same impact.
Yes, I think they'd be more incentivized to get their work done schoolwork done, as well as feel a self-awareness, a self-appreciation to having an internship or having a job.
The high schools that don't have internships, on one hand, are denying students an experience that will, I think, help them understand what the purpose of education is, and you're denying students some growth and some ability to get a stronger sense of what they want to do with their lives. So a lot of schools don't want their students going on internships because they're worried it might affect test scores. And so time at internship is time away from preparing for tests. Well, if you're spending all of your time preparing for tests, you're doing that for your school. You're not doing that for the students themselves, because standardized tests aren't exactly something that excites students. Or if you look at the big projects in life, whether they are projects at work or a marriage or anything that somebody might go through in life, being able to fill out the right bubble on a Scantron is not exactly preparation for those things, but being out in the world and doing real work is. And so I think schools themselves that are less innovative are usually the ones that also don't have things like internships. And I would argue that our entire educational system needs to become more innovative, needs to become more relevant, and internships is one way to go about doing that.
Otherwise, we try to find them jobs through our partner programs.
Are the internship programs optional?
Right, they are optional, but we try to get them in as soon as they're enrolled. We want them to see that they have these options so they can earn money, or they even get funding when they get a diploma. So if they can earn their credits, they're going to get an incentive pay when they get their diploma. But they have to do it by a certain age. If they pass that age, then they don't get that incentive money.
One question that I have is, and then you can answer it to Angie, or why don't you ask him? Does he see any benefits from the students who do have jobs, or any skills that will assist them later in life, as opposed, not opposed, but is there a difference in the skill set or benefits that a student who is working has or gains as a
Go through the school? Or,
yeah.
Okay.
So like, what's the difference between like a student that's an internship?
Yeah, that's close. That's close enough.
Okay, so do you do you see any difference?
Sure.
Okay, do you see any difference between a student who did an internship for a student who got a job?
Okay.
Same thing.
Right. We do see a difference in internships versus jobs. One of the things that happens when a student gets a job is that sometimes we see them less and less, and that pay that they're earning drives the priority level with the children, so that the students want to work more and come to school less. And then they realize that if they want to move up in the company or move into a new job, they need a diploma, so then they kind of float back to us and start working on their homework a little bit more.
So then what would be the benefits of incorporating those into the school program?
Right. So some of the benefits of having a work program would be collecting elective credits, because we have a program called WE that helps them earn credits while they're working. Okay? So they have to balance out a little bit of schoolwork with their work schedule. Incentivizing, they just earn them by coming to school mostly and then working along the campuses or in the campuses. So their priority is still with the school, and then they get the incentives from the partnership programs. So, and they're learning skills that are going to be applicable. Also, we also teach some of the young parents that they're earning skills or learning skills by being a parent, and we have to enable them and remind them that, look, you've already earned your own skills as being a parent, and we can use those skills to find you other jobs too that can complement what you've been learning.
I think that's plenty.
Yeah, good.